The Balkans is one of the most exciting places to be on the face of the earth. Its attractions are endless. The ancient ruins of Athens, the lively beaches of Split, Bosnia's Sarajevo down to Slovenia's captivating Lake Bled. The list goes on, and trust me, every one of these places is exciting. Let's, however, see the 10 best places to visit if you are ever in the Balkans. At number 10, we have the Magtimguli Monument. It sits pretty in the center of what is referred to as the Magtimguli Square by locals. This monument is dedicated to the famous poet Magtimguli, who was very vocal in speaking about the suffering of his people through his poems. His works were also instrumental in the push for Iran's independence. His most famous poem was Turkmenen, and the 18th of May is set aside as a national holiday to honor him. The monument makes a very great backdrop for pictures, and you should absolutely check it out. At number 9, we have the Plitvice Lakes National Park. It is Croatia's largest and oldest national park and is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The park has lower and upper falls, and you'd need a boat ride to connect the two. There are several hiking loops too, and you can jump on the train ride that goes through the lush forest for those amazing panoramic views. Its greatest attraction, however, happens to be its collection of 16 emerald lakes and breathtaking waterfalls, which include the country's largest waterfall, Veliki Slap. If you prefer a quieter experience, then try visiting in the shoulder seasons of spring or fall. At number 8, we have Lake Ohrid Lake. Ohrid is a stunning body of water where you can relax or indulge in water sports. It is one of the deepest lakes in Europe and is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is perhaps due to its rich history and well-preserved architecture, but trust me, it's worth every bit of time spent there. The city of Oris itself is worthy of mention. It is a beautiful town with well-preserved churches, lovely traditional buildings, and even more amazing modern architecture. There is a laid-back vibe to the city, and being set on a hill, guests can always enjoy great views. At number 7, we have Sarajevo. This fascinating capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina is set between dramatic peaks and is a bustling, welcoming city. Although it was severely affected by war, the 1992 to 1996 siege in particular, much effort has been made to bring back the city's former glory, and now almost every part of it has been reconstructed. The city has a lot of museums and a lot of other interesting places to check out, such as Bihambare Caves and the Bosnia Springs, from which the country takes its name. Sarajevo hosted the 1984 Winter Olympics and is worth a place in your itinerary. At number 6, we have the Museum of Broken Relationships. Crazy name, right? Well, true to its name, this museum houses a collection of items donated by people along with narratives describing how those items represent a broken relationship between the donors. The stories vary. The exhibits vary even more, from a broken wing mirror of a car to a piece of iron to a shoe. At this museum, you get to learn the significance of these items from all over the world. Some of the stories displayed next to the exhibits are funny. Some are sad, short, bitter, and some outrightly heartbreaking. You should absolutely go see these exhibits yourself and read the stories behind them. At number 5, we have Skopje, North Macedonia. There are not many better places to visit than Macedonia's capital city. It is one hell of a place. You can make things easier for yourself by booking a full-day tour of Skopje so you can experience the fascinating city. The day will most likely begin with a scenic drive that includes stunning views of the surrounding mountains. You will then move on to the city's ancient past on a guided walking tour. You get to see iconic sites like the Memorial to Mother Teresa, the Church of St. Saviour, and Skopje Fortress, and learn about their significance too. It doesn't matter if you are a history buff or you just want to satisfy your cravings for a cultural experience, Skopje is sure to impress and satisfy you. At number 4, we have the Mostar Old Bridge. Pictures freaks would really love to visit this bridge, as it is one of the most photogenic bridges ever. It was damaged during the war in the 1990s, but was thankfully restored. It is a very touristy area and has really good restaurants and souvenir shops littered everywhere. You can also check out the Koskan Mehmed Pasha's Mosque or climb the narrow, high steps of the minaret for some nice views of the bridge. Gorgeous, gorgeous bridge. At number 3, we have the fantastic Bay of Motor, Montenegro. A visit to the cerulean waters of the Bay of Kotor is a necessity once you find yourself in Montenegro. Wonder why? Well, the fun of fishing, boating, eating on the water, or just interacting with the locals is more than enough reason. Other ways to pass time in this amazing place is hiking up the fortress walls, visiting any of the shops and restaurants around, or just strolling around. It is so much fun that you will not want to ever leave, I promise you. At number 2, we have Belgrade, Serbia. Belgrade is a city with a vibrant history, and this is evident in its diverse architecture, which ranges from Byzantine and Ottoman to neoclassical and romantic, and from Art Nouveau to brutalist and neo-Byzantine. The city has several theaters, museums, monuments, and opera houses that offer a variety of cultural experiences to guests. The beaches and rivers are just perfect for sunbathing, sports, and partying, and you will thoroughly enjoy the city's unique blend of history, culture, and nightlife if you ever get to visit it. At the number 1 spot, we have Dubrovnik, Croatia. How does the idea of visiting the setting for the hit show Game of Thrones sound? Makes your heart beat faster with excitement, right? Well, Dubrovnik is a worthy occupant of its spot on this list. It is the perfect place for exploration. It has a lot of historical significance and has a certain charm to it. The city's wall is also very famous and attracts lots of visitors. The wall suffered damage during the 1991-92 Civil War, but has been restored to an even more beautiful state now. While in Dubrovnik, you can also visit the lively Copacabana beach and do some jet skiing or sip some cocktails. There are a whole lot of interesting things you can do in Dubrovnik, and you should try as much as possible to visit the city. If you've visited any of the places on this list, do let me know what the experience was like in the comments section. If you haven't, you can also let me know which of them tickles your fancy the most.